a lot of random questions that we're going to prepare for you to practice. And also, of course, you have to practice with time limit. Okay? So, sa ngayon, we're going to start. So, I will just present my screen. Okay. Ayan, Mastering CSE Concepts 2025 by Teacher Tala CSE TV. Okay, so there will be, okay, so first is our examinee's guide. So during the application process, of course, the application was from November 19 until last January 3. That January 3 was the last application day. So sa ngayon, wala na pong application, wala na pong open na slot, open na application for the CSE. To those who want to take the exam, so you can take the next season sa August po. Okay, so we will still have to wait for the schedule. Okay, so application process, of course, everyone has already gone through this process. We have the payment fee through online and accomplished form, and then application receipt. So this one, the application receipt, was given to you after you submitted the accomplished form in your CSE office, in the CSC office of your region or in your region. Okay? So the application receipt, ito po yung dalhin natin, or it's like the NOAA sa board exam, notice of admission. Ito po yung resibo ninyo na dadalhin nyo na you are applicable or you are qualified to take the exam. So you have after that, you will have the school assignment. So school assignments are released 2 weeks before the exam. So that will be given February 2nd week of February. So magantay lang po kayo and the school assignment will be released. Okay? So we'll have the school visit. So itong school visit, you will do this a day before the exam or at least a day before the exam, no? Para po you will familiarize po yung lugar because also the area, the environment where you take the exam is also very important. So dapat alam niyo po, dapat bisitahin niyo po yung school ninyo at tingnan niyo po saan po yung mga CR, saan po kaya kayo pwedeng bumili ng mga kakailangan ninyo just in case. So but dapat sa exam day, wala na po kayong dapat alalahanin. Dapat nakaprepare na po yan lahat. Okay? So, sa on-examination day, of course, the proper attire. So, wag na po kayong magbabaka sakali. Okay lang siguro itong ganito. So, always remember, dapat hindi sleeveless. Okay? Hindi sleeveless or shirt na may prints. So, dapat walang prints yung mga shirts niyo. But there's no, the preferred po talaga is white collared shirt. Tapos, pants, black pants or wala pong hindi po pwedeng shorts, okay? Pants or skirts, I think pants is preferred. Okay, so proper attire, white t-shirt, tapos white collared shirt, tapos black pants. Tapos of course closed shoes. Well, no, hindi po pwede yung open shoes, okay? Next is be early. So as soon as 6:30 pwede na po kayong dumating sa school ninyo sa area testing venue para po sa preliminary documentation. So before the exam, my preliminary documentation po, you still have to write to accomplish a form. It's like an attendance sheet. Tapos pagpasok niyo po, meron pong kakailanganin nyo i-accomplish yung mga answer sheet, the picture sheet plan. So, madami po talaga. And most of the time, i-explain or gagawin nyo po yan kapag kumpleto na po kayo. Or as long as kaya pa sa oras, no? So, aantayin po talaga yung pinaka-last na examinee para po isang explanation na lang po ng proctor. Okay? So, kasi I don't know, it's very important din po. It will also give you the confidence. It will also I don't know, but during my time po kasi kapag hindi po ganun ka galing yung proctor ninyo, may mga proctor po kasi talaga na hindi po organized. So I'm also thankful, I was also thankful for our proctor that time kasi napaka-organized niya. And kahit nagkamali po, I was very nervous kasi nagkamali po siya ng bigay sa amin ng examinee ano yan, yung answer sheet. Yung answer sheet pala, may mga serial numbers po pala yon na according to our examining number. So, nagkapalit po kami ng first ng katabi ko. Tapos, I was also very nervous kasi baka mangyari, baka ma-fail ako dahil doon, di ba? So, it's also one of our, one factor po para ma-stress ka, ma-anxious ka, di ba? Confusing po talaga. So, good thing, yung proctor namin, very prompt siya. Tapos, she really asked the supervisor or maybe the supervisor of our level that time. Sa level, may mga levels po kasi ng So, inask niya ang supervisor kung anong gagawin and is this okay. Tapos I've heard from the supervisor herself na sabi niya, yes, that's okay, just do this and that para wala pong So, ganun. So, it also contributed to my stress at that time, to my pressure. So, dapat pala, alam ko dapat to. Alam ko dapat tong mga ganito. Alam niyo dapat ito before you take the exam. Kasi napaka-importante din po nito. So, okay? So, so that's why you have to be early. You have to be early. You go there 6:30. Dapat 6:30 nandun kayo. And then, you bring ID card. Yung ID na ginamit niyo to submit your documents sa CSE office, dapat yun din po yung dala nyo para po congruent yung application at saka yung taking nyo. So sa part ko po is my postal ID was expired at that time. So ang ginawa ko is dinala ko pa rin yung postal ID ko, tapos nagdala din ako ng reservang ID. Okay, so I brought my national ID, tapos may PRC ID pa. Ayan. So PSA is needed kung wala pong date of birth yung ID ninyo. Okay? Next is, of course, this is very important, the application receipt or the notice of assignment. Ito po yung mag-a-admit sa inyo to take the exam. Okay? So if you have any questions, please comment down your questions. Hindi ko po makikita. Wait. Ayan. Okay, so PSA, application receipt, tapos notice of assignment. And of course, the very important is the black ball pen. Huwag po kayong gumamit ng gel pen or mga yung mga pen na nagsmudge. Okay? So, it will ruin or it will mess your answer sheet, and dapat yung answer sheet nyo, dapat clean po yun. Wala pong unnecessary mga marks. Okay? So, kasi yun po yung dadaan sa machine. So, you don't know, of course, it's not manual. So, baka magka-problema in reading your answers. So, dapat yung gagamitin niyo pong a ball pen is yung pen na hindi nagsasmudge, okay? And dapat ngayon pa lang you are taking or you are testing your ball pen na. Okay? Kasi yung answer sheet is a little glossy. So, hindi naman siya ganun ka-glossy, but magsismudge po talaga yung ink kapag matagal po siyang mag-dry. Okay? So, yung ginamit ko po is yung Flex Stick. Flex Office, anong brand nung ball pen na yun. But yes, I use the Flex Stick. I think that brand of ball pen. So sa examination day before you take the actual exam, ito po yung kailangan niyo pong i-accomplish na mga documents. First is the answer sheet. Sa answer sheet po, makikita doon po yung mga examining number ninyo. You write down your examining numbers. And please, wag po kayong ma-confuse sa examining number tapos yung date of birth. Kasi yung katabi ko po, yung na-write niya or sinulat niya sa examining number niya is yung date of birth niya. Kasi 6 yung examining number natin. So, he thought that it is the date of birth. So, he wrote down the month in Roman, not in Roman, in numeric symbols. Like, for example, December 29, 1997. So, he wrote 12/29/97. So, it was really very confusing sa kanya na part. And ang nangyari is yung sinulatan niyang answer sheet ko pala. Kaya I was very nervous kasi nagkamali na siya tapos mali pala yung answer sheet. So sa akin na po yung answer sheet na may bura. Kaya nakakakaba, but good thing I was being settled. I settled my feelings at that time when I asked the proctor. So, kapag may questions po kayo, to ease your mind, para po sa peace of your mind, you ask. You ask the proctor because the proctors know best kung anong gagawin. Okay? So, we have name. For the first name, it will be first, middle initial, last name, and extension. So, for example, my name, Crystal P. Kwambot. So, ganun lang po. And in printed form, no? Yung Crystal P. Kwambot. So, for sex, you write female or male, and don't just write F or M, okay? Now, for the date of birth, completely write your date of birth, like December 29, 1997, or December, the abbreviation of December, tapos 29, 1997. Never abbreviate your date of year. I mean, year of birth, 1997, or don't write 97. So, you should write 1997. Okay? Next. We have the answer sheet. Yes. So, the answer sheet, use black ball pen only. So, magkaiba po sa board exam kasi sa board exam, we use the pencil. Okay? But sa CSE, we use black ball pen in accomplishing the documents and the answer sheet. So, you use black ball pen. Now, to change an answer, put an X mark over the original answer. So, pwede pong magbura. So, sa board exam, since we're using pencil, we can just erase it using the eraser, our answer. But, actually, hindi po ako nagbura sa board exam. But sa CSE, since I was settled, since hindi po ako ganun confused kasi napakalinaw ng direction na to change an answer, put an X mark over the original answer. So board exam po kasi, hindi po kasi siya sinasabi na you can change your answer, ganon. But here sa CSE, may direction po talaga to change an answer, put an X mark over the original answer. So dapat ang nakalagay is the shaded circle tapos naka-overlap na X. Okay? So dapat makita yung X. Okay? Makita yung X na lumampas sa circle. Kasi yung circle is it's a shaded circle. So dapat hindi nakapaloob yung X kasi hindi naman makita yung X kapag nasa loob lang. So dapat naka-overlap sa circle. Okay? Next, number 3, examinees are allowed to change an answer for each test item only once. So kapag mag-change kayo in one number, in one item, isang beses lang. So, for example, you write or you answer letter A, and then maybe it's letter B, so you change it to letter B. So B now is your final answer. You cannot change it to another answer na naman. Okay? Next, number 4, do not make unnecessary marks on the answer sheet. So dapat malinis po yung answer sheet ninyo. And all examinees, whether or not they finish answering, must stay inside the room until properly allowed to leave. Waiting time may take 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so at that time, sa amin po, kasi organized po yung proctor namin, madali lang po talaga kami nakalabas. So I think after the exam, after 11:10, so we're able to wait, I think, just 30 minutes or less 30 minutes. Kasi napakalinis, napaka-organized po ni ma'am. Kaya we're able to leave after 30 minutes, after less than 30 minutes. But sa sister ko po, they took, I think, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Kasi may mga unorganized mga documents. So they need the supervision of the supervisor at that time. Kaya medyo natagalan po sila. So kahit po early po kami nakalabas, I wasn't able to take my lunch early kasi yung sister ko inantay ko pa din po. And then we have the release of test results. So to pass the exam, we need to get a general rating of at least 80. So board exam, it's 75. But sa CSE, 80 yung ask or hinahanap ng government ng CSE. Okay? Now for number 2, 41 days after the examination, list of passers shall be uploaded in the CSC website. O ayan. Yan na po yung inaantayin natin after taking the exam. So, just remember that kung kinakabahan kayo ngayon kasi mag-take ng exam, believe me, you will feel 10 times more nervousness in waiting for the test results, especially kapag hindi kayo confident. So, nakakakaba in waiting for the test result. Okay? Next, number 3, 15 days after the release of test results, examination of rating can be generated using the online civil service examination result generation system or the OXSurge. Okay? So, doon nyo po makikita yung rating nyo po from sa analytical, magkano yung rating niya sa analytical, sa numerical, sa verbal, sa general information. So, makita niyo po doon at paano po dinidistribute yung percentage ng every category. So, that is 15 days after the release of the test results. Okay, so that's it. So, may concern naman po, sabi nila, there was a question about the government employee. Sabi niya, kapag daw 10 years na siyang nasa service, may additional points po ba siya? Okay, automatically. So, well, yes, there will be an additional 5 points kapag you are in the government service for at least 10 years. So, may additional 5 points po kayo. But it will not be automatically reflected on your rating. So, you will have to apply. You give the satisfactory certificate. So dapat sa continuous na year of service mo, dapat continuous yun ha. Dapat walang putol, hindi putol-putol. Dapat you are in the government service for a consecutive year of 10 years. At least 10 years. So you still have to apply. Dapat you will have that certificate of satisfactory service, I think. So dapat you will have that. And you still have documents to submit para makuha po yun. And teacher Tala, can we, like for example, my rating is below 70. Can I apply for that additional 5 points? So no, you can't. Only those CSE takers that is not able to get 80, but the rating is below 80 and above 70. Okay? Kapag above 70 at saka below 80, so you are qualified to apply for the 5 points. But other than that, no, you cannot. You are not qualified. Okay, so, si Ma'am Lizelle. Hi, good afternoon, Teacher Tala. Good afternoon, Ma'am Lizelle. Okay, I'm going to invite a guest. We will have a guest for today para po we will have an idea. Mag-share lang po siya ng kanyang ng journey niya. Ano po yung ginawa niya to prepare for the CSE exam. So, since we are now nasa kalagitnaan pa ba? Malapit na sa hulihang bahagi tayo ng ating ayan, how can I ng ating review. So we will invite a guest. She is our reviewee. She is our reviewee in our private group, and she is also active, especially in our live sessions, live discussions. So I would like to ask her to share her preparations. Para po, you will also be guided kung ano po yung dapat na ginagawa ninyo. Okay, so we'll wait for her, but while waiting, sending pa eh. Ayan. So let's share this. So, Ma'am Lizelle. Okay, Ma'am Lizelle, I shared a link para po doon po kayo para po makapasok po kayo sa ating live. Okay? Okay. Now while waiting for Ma'am Lizelle, let's continue. Ayan, so how to master the CSE concepts. So we have first practice with sample test, of course. So ito po yung sinasabi ko po sa inyong lahat before and until now na dapat every day you are going to take 50 item test or 100 item test every day. Para po you will be sharpened. You will hone. You will know which category or which concepts you need to focus on. You need to improve. So, and also you have to focus on weak areas. Spend more time on concepts you find difficult, such as math patterns or paragraph organization. So ito po talaga, the math patterns or paragraph organization, yung pinaka mahirap kasi you need time. Time consuming po to, and you need to be logical. And most of the time, kapag pressure po tayo, kapag kinakabahan na po talaga tayo, and we cannot find that, we will have a hard time understanding these patterns. Okay, now we have next time management. Practice answering questions under time conditions to improve speed and accuracy. So during my time, I also did this. I practice 50 item test every day or 100 item test, and I always time myself. I always timed myself. Okay. Now next, of course, review regularly. Dedicate time daily to study key areas. So hindi po dapat just kung kailan tayo may live, kung kailan lang tayo may live. So, itong live natin, this is only weekends, but you can replay, rewatch every time, anywhere, okay? Para po ma-master ninyo. Now we have, of course, ang napakaganda po dito sa CSE is we are being given the concepts, no? Yung coverage na atin pong tatalakayin or lalabas sa exam. So, napakaganda kasi you don't have to look for all the fish in the ocean, but you are just going to focus on those selected areas, selected coverage, no? Unlike sa board exam na grabe, walang every knowledge that you need to get. So lahat ng isda na makukuha mo sa dagat, you have to get all those and just pipili na lang si PRC. Si pipili na lang yung board exam kung nasan doon. So the, napaka-wide ng coverage ng board exam. Unlike sa CSE, may po talaga, binigay po talaga sa atin kung ano yung aaralin natin, kung ano yung lalabas sa exam. So we have here the verbal ability in English and Filipino. We have the grammar and usage, parts of speech, subject-verb agreement, the tenses, and sentence construction. So next is we have vocabulary, the synonyms, antonyms, and word usage in context. Those context clues. Next, of course, is the reading comprehension, understanding main ideas, supporting details, inferences, and conclusions. We also have paragraph organization, identifying the correct sequence of sentences to form coherent paragraphs. And of course, the last one is spelling and correct word usage. So we have, and I think it was not included here, so my identification of errors then po. Okay? So, in English and Filipino. So, we have, of course, since we're going to master the concepts, we're going to look at this very difficult item or concept in verbal ability, which is the paragraph organization. So, I made a mnemonics here para po hindi po kayo hindi niyo po malimutan kung ano yung dapat na tatalakayin or dapat na i-consider, mga factors na i-consider ninyo in organizing paragraphs. So we have MILF, looks for clues in eliminating practice. So we have number 1, and MI, that stands for main idea. So you look for the main idea in that paragraph, you read that paragraph, you look for the main idea, and then the LF, the logical flow. So logical flow sa yung paragraph po, may, of course, logical flow po yan. May flow po yan kung paano po pinagsunod-sunod yung paragraph. So meron po tayong clues. Look for clues. So may mga clues po tayo dyan. So either chronological, kapag chronological, my first, yung mga nangyayari, yung summarization ng kung anong unang nangyari, tapos yung last na nangyari. Tapos may din po tayo, iba't ibang clues. Okay? So we have, next is quick elimination. You eliminate all the choices na hindi po nakasunod sa logical flow. Okay? Next is, of course, practice. You practice questions, practice answering, okay? Practice lang po talaga yung pagmaster. So we have this clues. For chronological order, we have First, next, then, after that, finally, meanwhile. For cause and effect, we have because, therefore, as a result. So, consequently, they show a cause and effect relationship. For addition naman, may mga transition words like furthermore, also, in addition, moreover. So, kapag makikita niyo po to in a sentence. So malalaman niyo po, may dapat may unang sentence po, may premise po na na nakauna dapat. Okay? So this is you will not or malalaman niyo po kung saan po siya dapat i-insert kasi or dahil sa mga transitional words na po na ito, okay? Like also, furthermore, in addition, moreover, ganon. So, teacher, pwede bang mag-take ng Prof. CSE yung undergrad? Yes, yes, pwede po. So, ano po ba yung qualifications ng CSE? So, qualifications ng CSE is dapat you are 18 years old and above. Okay, so that's the first. So, if you are 18 years old and above, so you can take the CSE. So next, what is next? Dapat po you are a graduate of wait, I think I'm just going to clarify. So you have dapat Filipino citizen, you are at least 18 years old, you are of good moral character, and you have no criminal record or you have not been convicted of any offense. Okay, and you have not taken the same level of civil service exam. So there's no specific educational attainment that is required to take the exam. So even if you're undergrad, if you have not yet, if you have not, uh, you are not a graduate of high school, so there's no educational requirement. So you can apply regardless of your educational background. So you must be a resident of the Philippines, and if you are an honor graduate, so or a board passer, so you are already eligible for automatic civil service eligibility under special eligibility and may not need to take the CSE exam. Okay, so Mom Lizelle, your question is yes. You can take the exam even if you are still undergrad. So there is no specific educational attainment required. Ayan. So, next is, Ma'am Lizelle, I sent you a link po. Please join me in my live. So, our guest for today is Ma'am Lizelle Velasco. So she will be sharing you kung ano po yung ginagawa niyang mga practice um, in taking, as she's going to take the CSE March 2025. Okay? So we'll have for contrast, look for however, but on the other hand, nevertheless, although. And for examples, words like for examples, such as, for instance, indicate supporting details. So that means that if makikita niyo po yung mga clues na ganon is you will have a supporting detail. But of course, therefore, sometimes they also signify conclusion. So conclusions are usually found at the end of the sentences or at the end of a paragraph. So, ganon. So, dapat alam niyo po to para po hindi po kayo mahihirapan in taking or in organizing a paragraph. Okay, now let's have some examples. Number one, they help reduce, okay, letter A. So, of course, you arrange these sentences to make or to create a coherent paragraph. So A, they help reduce air pollution, provide shade, enhance the beauty of the environment. B, planting trees is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to combat climate change. C, moreover, trees play a crucial role in maintaining biodiversity by serving as habitats for various species. And D, this is why tree planting programs are being promoted worldwide as a means of protecting the planet. Okay, so we have here, so the paragraph is talking about planting trees. Okay, so the main idea is, or the topic sentence is letter B. Planting trees is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to combat climate change. So that must be, or that should be your letter or your first sentence. So letter B. So we have, so let's eliminate. Quick elimination dayon, di ba? So let's eliminate letter A and letter C. So now we're just going to look for, or look out for the choices letter B and D. Next, we're going to look for the conclusion. Is it D or is it A? Now let's look for letter D. This is why tree planting programs are being promoted worldwide as a means of protecting the planet. Or is it A? They help reduce air pollution, provide shade, enhance the beauty of the environment. Okay, so what should be our conclusion? What should be our concluding sentence in our paragraph? Okay, please answer. And if you want to answer, please also include the test item 1. So what is our answer for number 1? Letter B. Mom Hatram would say, yes, that is correct. Letter B, BACD. So the concluding sentence must be a point of argument that you are, or you have proven in your paragraph. So that's why, this is why tree planting programs are being promoted worldwide as a means of protecting the planet. So that is a good conclusion. So that is how you end a paragraph. Okay, so that's letter B. That's correct. Next, number 2. Now you try answering number 2. This process begins with gathering raw materials, which are then sorted and processed. B. Recycling is a vital practice for conserving resources and reducing waste. C. Finally, the recycled materials are used to create new products, completing the cycle. D. After processing, the materials are transformed into usable forms of manufacturing. So this is a process. So this is in chronological order on how to recycle. So your main idea is recycling. So which should be your topic sentence? It is still letter B, right? Recycling is a vital practice for conserving resources and reducing waste. That's correct. So what should be your concluding sentence? Since this is in chronological order, so you're going to look for the last, which is finally. Finally, the recycled materials are used to create new products, completing the cycle. So it should be letter D, BADC. Number 2 is D, BADC. Okay, so that is letter D. All right, so again, so in answering paragraph, you don't need to read, or you don't need to look out, or you just read the sentences once, or just look at the topic sentence and the concluding sentence, and if you're going to look at the choices, and if it fits, if nakita niyo po yung first and last, so you get that letter, tapos kunin niyo po kung paano pinagsunod-sunod before you read. So before niyo po i-read yung whole sentences or yung whole paragraph. Okay? Para po hindi po siya time consuming. Next, number 3. A regular physical activity strengthens the heart, improves lung capacity, and boosts overall stamina. This is why experts recommend at least 30 minutes of exercise daily for a healthier lifestyle. Exercise offers numerous benefits for both the body and the mind. Additionally, it helps reduce stress levels and enhances mental well-being. Engaging in workouts such as walking, running, or swimming can significantly improve one's fitness levels. Okay, so look for the topic sentence again. So this topic or this paragraph is talking about exercise or the physical activity of our body. Okay, So, what should be our topic sentence? That's letter C. That's correct. Letter C. Exercise offers numerous benefits for both the body and the mind. And since, oh, look again, look, our topic sentence is letter C. And when you're going to look at the options, there's no other option that starts with letter C. It's only letter A. So automatically answer letter A. Okay? Answer automatically letter A. You don't need to read all the sentences. You have to again remember you only have 3 hours and 10 minutes for professional, and you have 2 hours and 40 minutes for sub-professional. So you need all the time, all that remaining time in solving the numerical ability, numerical reasoning, especially if you are weak at that part. You need to have a lot of time sa numerical. Okay? So you should know to prioritize. You prioritize kung ano po yung dapat na bigyan nyo ng pansin. If you're weak in numerical ability, okay, you give a lot of time to that part. If you're weak in logical, so you give a lot of time in analytical ability. Okay? So now let's go to the next item. 4. She woke up early and prepared her materials for the presentation. Finally, she confidently delivered her presentation, earning applause from the audience. After arriving at the venue, she reviewed her slides and rehearsed one last time. Yesterday, Sarah spent hours practicing her presentation to ensure she would perform well. On the big day, she left home 2 hours early to avoid traffic delays. Again, so this is an example of paragraph in chronological order. So of course, the word finally denotes concluding sentence. So you look for the choices that ends with letter B. So that's letter B and C. Okay, B and C. Now let's look for the topic sentence. Now, when I read this paragraph, I was looking for its topic sentence. And then it dawned on me that, okay, so what could be our answer here? What should be our topic sentence? Is it E, on the big day, or D, yesterday? So what happens? First, of course, is yesterday. What happened? Ano po yung naunang nangyari? So that was yesterday, before on the big day. Okay, so it should be D. Yesterday, Sarah spent hours. And then on the big day, so the answer is letter C. That's correct. D, E, A, C, B. That's letter C. Next, letter A. Number 5. For instance, many people find that a short walk can refresh their minds during long workdays. Some studies suggest that regular physical activity can improve mental clarity. However, not everyone has the time or motivation to exercise consistently. Additionally, exercise has been linked to better sleep, which further boosts cognitive function. Therefore, incorporating even light exercise into your daily routine can be beneficial. Okay, so again, of course, we have our concluding sentence. So we have here therefore. Therefore. So it is a transitional words signifying a concluding sentence. So therefore, it must be the last letter of our option. So we have letter B and letter C. Now we're going to look for its topic sentence. What is the paragraph all about? Okay, so we have letter B. Letter B. Some studies suggest that regular physical activity can improve mental clarity. So that's letter B. And since B and C ends with, B and C starts and ends with the same letter, we're going to look at its the next letters. Okay, so let's start with letter B. B, A, C, D, E. Okay, now let's start. We have B. Some studies suggest that regular physical activity can improve mental clarity. Next, for instance, many people find that a short walk can refresh their minds during long workdays. Additionally, Okay, exercise has been linked to better sleep, which further boosts cognitive function. However, not everyone has the time or motivation to exercise consistently. Therefore, incorporating even light exercise into your daily routine can be beneficial. Okay, so we already have the correct answer. We have Mom Julie. That's letter C. BADCE. Again, so why not BACDE? So we're going to look at the flow, okay, the flow of the sentences in a paragraph. So some studies suggest that regular physical activity can improve mental clarity. That's correct. For instance, many people find that a short walk can refresh their minds during long work days. However, not everyone has the time or motivation to exercise consistently. Additionally, okay, so this is where you're going to look for the transition words. It says here, however, tapos nag-additionally ka. So you have to support, additionally, must support, exercise has been linked to better sleep, which further boosts cognitive function. It's supporting the physical activity or the good effects or the effects of physical activity which was being stated in letter A and letter B. Some studies suggest the real physical activity can improve mental clarity. For instance, many people find that a short walk can refresh their minds during long work days. Additionally, so it should be an addition, it should be a supporting detail for that example, no, for that statement. So it should not be an addition, or it should not be a supporting detail on. However, not everyone has the time or motivation to exercise consistently. So dapat sunod na siya sa letter D. Okay, so that's why letter C is the correct answer. Okay, now we're done with verbal abilities. We are just focusing on the hard part, on the difficult part, which is paragraph organization. I think the basic grammar rules, I think they are understandable, and we have been studying those things since elementary. So I don't need to dwell on those things. Especially, we also have prepared a lot of questions for you to answer, to practice during our final coaching session. So for those who weren't able to participate yet, or to join, or to be a member in our exclusive group, in our private group, so just message Teacher Tala CSE TV, my page, para po you can have the info, the details on how to take or how to be a member. So sa final coaching po, we will only be discussing in our private group. So unlike this, I have also streamed in my FB page and YouTube, but our final coaching will only be enjoyed by our members. So if you want to be a member, please send me a message, and we will I'm going to reply after my live. Okay, so thank you so much. So we have the analytical ability. So we have logical reasoning. So logical reasoning, we have the deductive and inductive reasoning, understanding patterns and relationships. So this about analogy. So understanding patterns. So dito din po na under po yung number patterns. So number patterns or letter patterns or mga kahit anong patterns, okay? So, just understanding patterns. Next is data interpretation, the analyzing charts, graphs, and tables, of course, and the statement conclusion and cause-effect relationships, or identifying valid conclusions based on given statements. So, this is also one of the hardest, yung assumptions and conclusions. So, we're going to tackle that today. So I have a mnemonics prepared for you. We have KTV die practice. So KT stands for key terms, and V stands for Venn diagrams. DI stands for direct implication. E is for elimination, and of course practice. And elimination is very important, especially type of test in actual exam is multiple choice. So you have to eliminate choices para po mas greater yung chance na makuha niyo po yung answer. Okay? So eliminate those distractors. So we have one, understand key terms. So syllogism questions often use universal or partial qualifiers. Pay attention to the wording. So during my logic subject or course with Mrs. Tan, I hope she still remembers me. Okay, so in my undergraduate course, uh, undergrad era. So we use the particular, universal and particular statements. So most of the time, of course, for universal we use all or no. So that means universal positive all and no for universal negative. So all indicates a universal statement. It's positive like all cats are mammals, all roses are flowers. Okay, so next is we have some, indicates at least one but not necessarily all, of course. Like for example, some animals are dogs, some animals are cats. Okay, so that means that okay, I'm just going to continue. No or none denotes absolute negation, so that is universal negative. Some is particular positive, particular positive some. No or none denotes absolute negation, that is universal negative. So no cats are reptiles, or no cats can fly, those things. Well, we have the last one is some not, means at least one does not belong to the group, meaning some animals are not dogs, or some birds cannot fly. So those things. So that is particular negative. Next is, this is very helpful, you draw Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams are incredibly helpful for visualizing relationships. Here's how. So you draw circles to represent the groups mentioned. Example, doctors and professionals. So this time I'm going to use, or I'm going to annotate, use pen. So in using pen, I need to use the slide. Ayan. Asan eh? Okay. Okay. So for example, draw circles to represent the groups mentioned, doctors and professionals. So for example, all doctors are professionals. Okay. One more. Okay. All doctors are professionals. So meaning, si so we have here, let's write doctors. So this is doctors. Sabi niya, all doctors are professionals. So dapat si doctors nakapaloob kay professionals. Si professionals dapat is mas malaki. Dapat subset siya. Naka-enclose lahat si doctors. So when you say all doctors are professionals, can you also say all professionals are doctors? No, right? It does not follow. So meaning this diagram means that all doctors belong to the professional group. Not necessarily mean, but all some professionals are doctors. So either you say all doctors are professionals, or some professionals are doctors. So this is what this diagram is denoting. So this is what this means. Okay, next, use overlaps for some and containment for all. So as you can see, doctors are being contained in professional. So this means that all doctors are professional. While if you're going to say some professionals are doctors, so you can write some professionals are doctors. For example, if there if it does not say all doctors are professionals, but rather it says some professionals are doctors, so that means you will have this all professionals are doctors. You will have this diagram. So either this or this. So these are true. These are all true. Okay. So some professionals are doctors or some professionals are doctors. It could be written in this way since hindi po siya nagsabi kung doctors, but here all dito naman is some doctors are professionals. Some doctors. Diagram, some professionals are doctors since hindi po contained yung professional na circle kay doctor. So some lang. Some professionals are doctors. And here you can also say some professionals are doctors. Okay, I hope klaro po yan. And use no overlap for none. Or you will have no professionals are doctors. So ito si doctor. So hindi sila nag-overlap. No professionals are doctors. No professional is a doctor. No professionals are doctors. Next, identify what is directly implied. Okay, directly implied. For example, all A or B does not mean all B or A. That is true to this diagram. Sabi niya, all doctors are professionals does not mean all professionals are doctors. Okay? Next, some A or B does not mean some A or not B. So we have some A, some professionals are doctors. So it does not necessarily mean that some professionals are not doctors. Okay? So you just look at what is explicitly given or explicitly stated. So I'm just going to erase. Next, eliminate invalid options. Of course, you eliminate. Check each conclusion against the statements. Eliminate options that contradict the statements or make unsupported assumptions. Okay? And look for exact wording. Small differences like some and all can change the meaning. So, of course, number 5, practice common patterns. For example, pattern 1, all A or B, some B or C. So, and your conclusion is some A may be C. Possible, but not guaranteed unless explicitly stated. So, so we have all A or B. So, meaning A will be contained in B. So this is A, all A are B. Some B are C. That means we will have an overlap circle here and like that. Or we can also have A, or possible that it will be like that, C, right? So this means some A may be C. Here, some A may be C. Possible, but not guaranteed. Why? And where A is not overlapping with C because it's not being directly stated. So you cannot say some A may be C. So this is not a valid conclusion. Why? Because it's not guaranteed since it's not explicitly stated. It did not say that C here is some A is C Okay, it does not, it only said that some B or C. Okay, you can have this diagram or this. If this diagram is being drawn, then you can say some A is or some A or C. But if it so this is not a valid conclusion. So we have next pattern 2. All A or B. So have all A, so this is A or B. Okay, so meaning a containment of A into the B circle. So now no B is C. So there will no overlapping. So conclusion, no A is C. Then if no B is C, then A being a subset of B also cannot be C. So this is valid. This is correct. So look at our diagram. It is correct, right? So since we will have all A or B and no B is C, so no A is C. That is correct. This is valid. Next, let's have practice. Let's practice some questions. Statements. All doctors are professionals. Some professionals are researchers. So now let us write a Venn diagram or draw a Venn diagram. So we have doctors is contained in professionals. So we have doctors D and we have P. Some professionals are researchers. So it does not mean that you're going to write here, right? So basta nag-overlap lang siya sa P, that means some professionals are researchers. So if I'm going to write here or here, it's correct, but it's not. Okay, so we have here some researchers are. So A, all researchers are professionals. All researchers are professionals. No, why? Only some, so it does not follow. B, some doctors are professionals. Some doctors are professionals. No, why? Because it's all containment. The doctors, the circle of the doctors is inside the professionals, so it should be all doctors are professional. No, some doctors are researchers. I'm sorry. Some doctors are researchers. It is possible. This is a possible conclusion, but it's not guaranteed since we can also have this kind of diagram, right? So if the diagram is like this and R is here, then we can say some doctors are researchers. But since the middle term is undistributed, so we will have no, this is not the best answer. So we're going to look for the best answer. And if we cannot find any best answer, then we can answer letter B. Okay? C, all professionals are doctors. All professionals are doctors? No, only some. Some professionals are doctors. Next, some professionals are not researchers. Some professionals are not researchers. Again, you cannot it does not necessarily mean that some researchers are professionals and you'll say some professionals are not researchers, so it's not. So there will be no valid conclusion. So we have no valid conclusion here. No valid conclusion. Okay, next. If you have any questions, please write down. I'm just going to look at our page. Picture. No. Ayan. So, number 7. Some statements. Some L or M. So, there will be an overlapping diagram of L and M. L here and M. No N is M. No N is M. Okay, so no overlapping since it does not because it's no N is M. It's an absolute negation. So we have conclusion. Some N or L, some L or M Some N or L? No. No M is L. Okay, now let's read the first option. Only conclusion one follows. Some N or L? No. There's no meaning of L and N, so you cannot say some N or L. Next, only conclusion two follows. No M is L. It already says some L or M, and no. So this is a contradiction of our premise. So that is not correct. Next, neither conclusion follows, which is correct. That's letter C. Neither conclusion follows. Next, number 8. No reptiles are mammals, of course. Now let us draw a triangle. So this is reptiles and this is mammals. All snakes are reptiles. So snakes should be enclosed in the reptiles. So S is here. So A, no snakes are reptiles, which is not correct because all snakes are reptiles. No snakes are mammals, which is correct since there is no overlapping of snakes and mammals, which the answer is letter B. Next, some bosses are employees. So we have some bosses are boss here. It should be contained in the circle of employees. E. All employees are elderly. All employees are elderly. So employees should be contained in in elderly circle. So all bosses are employees. Bakit naka-all ako? So this is not, I'm sorry, let me recreate the Venn diagram. It should be some, not all. My diagram is denoting all. So since it's some, so some bosses are employees. So it should be just an overlapping. Bosses and then employees. So since all employees, so the whole circle of employees will be contained in the circle of elderly, EL. Now, so looking at the diagram, we have some bosses are employees and all employees are elderly. So letter A, some employees are no elderly. No, some employees are no elderly. No, why? Because all employees are elderly, not just some. Next, B. Some bosses are elderly. Some bosses are elderly, which is correct. Why? Because there is an overlapping of elderly circle and boss circle. So which is correct? Letter B. Number 9, letter B. Mom Julie, that is correct. If you want to look for more examples of syllogism, you can write or search this website. Click on this website, and then you will have examples. So there are easy, medium, and hard level of this syllogism. So this is www.fibonacci.com/logical-reasoning/syllogisms-test/medium/. Okay, next, number 10. All men are brothers. So we have men here, men, M. All men are brothers. Now, all brothers are fathers. So that means that the circle of brothers must be contained in the bigger circle of fathers. Ayan. So all men are brothers while all brothers are fathers. Now, using this diagram, we can now look at the option. So we have letter A. Some fathers are men. Some fathers are men, which is correct. That's correct, right? Some fathers are men. So it's not all, but just some. We have next. All fathers are brothers. All fathers are brothers. No, it should be some fathers are brothers. If you're going to say all fathers are brothers, it should be the father, I mean the father circle is contained in a bigger circle of brother. But since it's the other way around, so it should be some fathers are brothers. Next, no brothers are father. Since there is an overlapping, there is a containment of circles, so no, it does not follow. All men are no fathers. All men are no fathers since it's negation. Letter A is the correct answer. And if you want a lot of questions about this, I have here, we have www.studdocu.com/ph. Okay, we have here the syllogism civil service exam review. So we have top 50 syllogism civil service exam review. So I suggest or I recommend, if you are not so good with syllogism or this Venn diagram, you can click on this link and answer their syllogism test. Some fathers are men. Okay, that's correct. Next, we have the assumptions and conclusions. So we're also going to differentiate the assumptions and conclusions here. We have number 11. Government should promote the use of electric vehicles to reduce air pollution. So what is the assumption? Government should promote the use of electric vehicles to reduce air pollution. Sabi niya, the difference of assumption and conclusion. Assumption should be a statement, an unstated premise, unstated statement that connects, that links the premise to the conclusion. Ano ba yung sinabi niya? Government should promote the use of electric vehicles to reduce air pollution. So he or she assumed that electric vehicles reduces air pollution. Okay? So the use of electric vehicles reduces air pollution. That is the assumption. So he assumed that electric vehicles reduces air pollution. That's why government should promote the use of electric vehicles. So this is the conclusion. Government should promote the use of electric vehicles to reduce air pollution. So it says, so the assumption is the use of electric vehicles reduces air pollution. Why do you say reduces? Because you should not say the use of electric vehicles do not contribute air pollution. Why? Because it's not being stated. It's not explicitly stated na hindi siya na co-contributes air pollution, but it says it reduces. So the answer here is letter C. Letter C. So let's read letter A. Electric vehicles do not contribute to air pollution. It's not correct. Why? It does not, the premise does not say that electric vehicles do not contribute. Rather, it says not explicitly, but it says using the electric vehicles, it reduces air pollution. So it does not mean that it will be mitigated. Okay. Next, letter B, air pollution is primarily caused by non-electric vehicles. So this is totally not an assumption, because in the premise, it was not, or wala pong nag-mention ng non-electric vehicles. So, assumption here is letter C, the use of electric vehicles reduces air pollution. So, the assumption is, electric vehicles reduces air pollution. So, conclusion dayon, government should promote the use of electric vehicles. Okay? So, it should be, assumption should be a link to connect the premise to the conclusion. Okay? Next, number 12. Narcotics are dangerous since their effects include extensive brain damage. So we're going to look for the conclusion. Narcotics are dangerous since their effects include extensive brain damage. Conclusion. Okay, let's have letter A. Narcotics have effects that include brain damage. This is already stated. It's already stated, no? Sabi niya, narcotics are dangerous since their effects include extensive brain damage. So narcotics have effects that include brain damage. That's already a stated premise, a stated statement. So you don't answer that. That is not an assumption. That's not a conclusion. That's just as a restated premise. Next, we have narcotics should be banned. Okay? Narcotics are dangerous since their effects include extensive brain damage. So, narcotics should be banned. Narcotics should be banned is the conclusion. Because it's dangerous. If something is dangerous, then the action should be mitigated, should be prevented, should be banned. So, since narcotics are dangerous, the conclusion should be narcotics should be banned. So, ano po ba yun ang conclusion? Conclusion is a point of argument that you have proven in your premise. Dapat siya po yung action. Action ninyo, or like, it's like, a statement or an argument that states an action based on the premises given. So, since our premise said that it's dangerous, then the conclusion, it should be banned. Next, we have extensive brain damage is a sign of drug abuse. So there is no topic or context of drug abuse. We have all substance abuse leads to brain damage. So there is no absolute. This is an absolute negation. So that does not follow. Anything that causes extensive brain damage is dangerous. This is the assumption. Okay? Again, this is the assumption, letter E. Anything that causes extensive brain damage is dangerous. So sabi niya, narcotics are dangerous since their effects include extensive brain damage. So the assumption is, anything that causes extensive brain damage is dangerous, DI. So narcotics should be banned. That's why we're able to link the conclusion narcotics should be banned because of our assumption. Because we assume that lahat ng nakakaapekto ng ating brain, nakaka-damage ng brain natin is dangerous, then that's why we have to ban that thing that makes our brain damage, no? So we have letter B, conclusion, while letter E here is our assumption. Anything that causes extensive brain damage is dangerous. And since narcotics side effects includes extensive brain damage, that makes it dangerous. So that's why narcotics should be banned. I hope this is very clear. Narcotics should be banned. Next, number 13. So this now is a conditional relationship. So we have all students in the class who studied hard performed well in the exam. So all students in the class who studied hard performed well in the exam. Sabi niya, yung condition is, so yung mga batang nag-study hard, they performed well in the exam. But it does not mean na yung hindi nag-aral, hindi sila nag-perform well. Only, dapat, you're only going to focus on what is explicitly given. Since it does not say na yung mga hindi nag-aral ng mabuti is hindi nakapasa. So, you're not going to concern yourself with that matter. So we have John studied very hard for the exam. So he is included in this set of students. So A, John failed the exam. B, all the students but John passed the exam. C, the exam is too hard. D, John performed well in the exam. So the answer here is letter D. John performed well in the exam. Okay, so we have number 14. Only people who are over 18 years old can participate in the adult swimming competition. Maria is 20 years old. So since Maria is 20 years old, A, Maria can participate in the adult swimming competition, which is correct. Since Maria has met the qualification, which is he or she or people who are over 18 years old can participate. So she can participate. So Maria doesn't know how to swim. So this does not follow. Because even if she doesn't know how to swim, it was not being explicitly stated. Maria should be banned in swimming competition. Oh, it does not follow too. So the answer is letter A. So it's not explicitly stated. Okay, next, number 15. If Claire washes the dishes, Clint will sweep the floor. If Claire washes the dishes, Clint will sweep the floor. Clint is sweeping the floor. So what is Claire doing? Claire is washing the dishes. Since there is a condition. Kung manghugas ng pinggan si Claire, magwawalis si Clint. So since kung ngayon nagwawalis na si Clint, so nanghugas ng pinggan si Claire. Next, number 16. So this is a special topic. Based on the structure of the sentences, what word means happy? Okay, we have Carthus mio nursas, which means I will eat. Fartas mio asdek. I am happy. Happy. I am happy. So as you can see, we have here the repeated I, and repeated here is neo, and neo. So that possibly means that I or mio here means I. Cartas mio nursas. Fardas mio asdek. Next, Wester lar nursas. So as you can see, the first and the third sentence, their similarity is will and nursas. So that means that, or that possibly means that nursas means will. Okay, now cartas fardas. So what word means happy? Is it okay? Is it A meal, B cartas, C asdek, D nursas, E fartas? Okay, now look at the structure of the sentence. Since we can have either fardas or asdek, so it's really confusing kung asdek ba or fardas ang happy na word. So now let's look at the structure. So as you can see, I will eat. So mio nursas, they here in our in English sentence, it started, the I and will is written at the first part of the sentence, while in our alien language, so this is an alien language, this is a foreign language, so it was written at the last part. So therefore, the last or the predicate of the sentence must be the first part of the alien language. So that means fartas here is the answer. So fartas means happy. Next, if hot is taz, how would the sentence the sun was hot be translated? If hot is taz, how would the sentence the sun was hot be translated? Okay, study our alien language. Study alien language. We have Polan Mekbon. The sun is huge. Okay, it's still very confusing kung alin dyan, si da, si sun, si huge, or si is. Busan mek lang. The flower is blooming. As you can see, we have two. The is Paul is sun. So meaning, si Paul lang yung sun. So meaning yung on here and on here must be the. The sun is huge. The flower is blooming. Polan mekmon. Bosan meklang. So that means the sun, Polan. Okay, we have medaan mok viz. Mok, the food was delicious. So instead of mek, it is mok. So, well, it's understandable since we have. So, what is, or what would be the sentence the sun was hot be translated? So we have Bosan. No, no, no. Polan, since the sun. Polan, and then it's was, so mok. Then hot is toz. So polan, mok, toz is correct. So this one is the flower is hot. So this means the flower is hot. This one is the hot. Well, it's not being ano po kung ano po yung mak. The sun, blank sun. No. The hot, blank sun. How about this one? Poland, the sun is hot. So this one is the sun is hot. So which is not what we're looking for. None of the above. Okay. So next we have number 18. If daffodil is naps, how would the sentence the daffodil is blooming be translated? So looking back at our alien language and its translation, we have Nux is daffodil. How does daffodil is blooming? So since our subject, we're just going to add an to make the and n. So it should be naksan. Naksan is mek, and blooming here is lang. So it should be letter D. Naksan mek lang. This one is daffodil is huge. Daffodil is huge. This one is huge is blooming. This one is daffodil was delicious. And this one is the flower is blooming. So which makes letter D correct. Next, we have the numerical ability. So we have these different concepts under numerical ability. We have the basic arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Word problems, translating word problems into mathematical equations. Next, we have fractions, decimals, and percentages, conversions, and computations. We have ratio and proportion, number series and patterns, identifying rules in sequences, and problem solving, logical application of math concepts. So let's start. We have number 19. The sum of four consecutive odd integers is 184. Find the four numbers. Okay, so we're going to look for the four numbers. So since we're looking for consecutive odd integers, what does it mean? So those integers that are in the first, third, fifth, seventh term. Okay, so those integers that are in these odd terms. So we have four. So how to do that? Since we're going to add plus 2 plus 2, so we will have x is the first integer. First. Now we will just add x plus 2 for the second integer. Now x plus 4 for the third integer. And x plus, okay. Now most of the time, some reviewees will just add everything and get 184. Okay, so but you can do that, of course, but you will have to add everything. Am I right? Or you can just look at the items. We have 43, 45, 48. And since there's 48, so this is not correct because we're looking for the odd integers. Next, 37, 39, 41, 43. You have to add that. You have 43. Oh, but wait, 37. You have to add this and letter C. You have to add this too. And this one, you don't need to add this because there are even integers here. So possible answers are B and C. Now, if you want to know how to get these numbers, you just follow my solution. So we have x. You're just going to add everything, of course, because you're going to look for the sum. So x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6. And then equals 184. So we have how many x's? Just combine like terms. So we have the variables 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4x is equal to 184 minus just add 2 plus 4 6 plus 6 12. So we have 4x is equal to 172 divided by 4. X is equal to 43. So our first integer is 43. And now we will follow. So the answer is letter C. 43, 45, 47, 49. So you don't need to add integers. So that must be 43, 45, 47, 49. The answer is letter C. Letter C. Number 19 is letter C. Next, number 20. The sum of three numbers is 188. The second number is 12 larger than the first, and the third is twice as large as the second. So as you can see, the independent variable here, the second number is 12 larger than the first, is the first. So first here, our first number is x. Now, the second number is 12 larger than the first. So our second, you're just going to add 12 to x. So x plus 12. Next, and the third is twice as large as the second. So our third is you're just going to multiply the x plus 12 with 2. 2 times x plus 12. Okay, so now what is the second number? Wrong punctuation. Okay, the sum of three numbers. So we're going to add everything because we're looking for we are given the sum of the three numbers. So just add x plus 12 plus, so just simplify this first. So this is 2x plus 24. So you distributive property. So that is 2x plus 24 equals 188. So now you can proceed to simplify the expression. So 1, 2, and then 2x. So that's 2, 4x equals 188 minus 12 plus 24, that's 36. So 4x is equal to 4 divided by 4. So x is equal to 38. So x is equal to 38. Now, x is our first number. Now, because we are looking for the second number, we're still going to add 12 to 38. So 38 plus 12, that is 50. So the answer is letter A. Letter A. So our third answer is, or our third number is just 2 times 38. 38 times 2. 16, 676 plus 24. So that is 100. So 38, our three numbers are 38, 50, and 100. So if you're going to look, so they have satisfied our condition. The second number is 12 larger than the first, and the third is twice as large as the second, so which is 50 times 2. Okay, next. 5 times a number decreased by 34 is equal to the number increased by 10. Find the number. Again, 5 times a number, so a number here is x. Now 5 times, so that is 5x. 5 times x. Decreased by 34, decrease is denoted by negative or minus symbol. By 34 minus 34 is equal, so just equal to the number, so an x, to the number increased by 10. Increase is denoted by plus, so plus 10. So we will have our equation 5x minus 34 equals x. Simplify. So we have 5x. Transfer the x to the left side. So we'll have minus x is equal to 10 transfer negative 34, that will become positive 34. So now we will have 4x is equal to, divided by 4. So x is equal to 11. That's letter B. Baby. Okay, so we have next number 22. Fabi is 5 years older than Chris. 3 years ago, the sum of their ages is 31. How old is Chris? So we have Fabi is 5 years older than Chris. Now we're going to look for the independent variable. Ano ba yung independent variable? Yun po yung mga given, yung mga variable na yung mga undefined terms na hindi po nagdedepende yung kanyang, yung constant po yung value niya. So we have Fabi is 5 years older than Chris. So meaning Fabi is a dependent variable since it's depending on the age of Chris para malaman natin kung ilan yung edad niya. So we have Chris as our x. Let Chris age be x. Tapos si Fabi, 5 years older siya kay Chris. 3 years ago, the sum of their ages is 31. So, remember that in age problems, kapag magmaminus ka kay Chris, magmaminus ka din kay Fabi. Kasi, same po yung amount ng pagtanda nila. Okay? So, dapat, we'll have x minus 3, x plus 5 minus 3. This is 3 years ago. So we're just going to get the sum x minus 3 plus x plus 5 minus 3 is have 2x equals 31. Negative 3 plus 5, that's positive 2, minus 3, that's negative 1. Negative 1, tapos na-transfer natin, so that will become positive 1. So divided by 2, so x is equal to 16. 16 times 32, that's correct, 16. So x is equal to 16. How old is Chris? Our x is Chris' age, while Fabi is 16 plus 5, which make him 21. So 21 si Fabi, si Chris is x. Si Chris is 16. So we're going to look for Chris' age. So the answer is letter B. B. Hi, Mom. Paspas, Mom. Sorry. Okay, Mom, we're already almost at the end of our review. So, dapat paspas na ta karon, no? So, if napaspasan pa ka, Ma'am, you just replay this video, okay? So, I believe Ma'am Carrie is an active member of our exclusive group. So, Ma'am, I will be posting this video. After the live, you can just review this video. So, for those who are not a member of our exclusive group, sadly you cannot replay this video. So we'll have next number 23. Okay, so don't worry, Mom Carrie. After you review or rewatch our video, you can. I think you will have. I think it will be. Makaapas na ka ba? Sana man. Okay, Kim can paint a whole room in 6 hours. Melvin can paint the same room in 3 hours. How long would it take them to paint the room together? Okay, so if this is a work problem, and if we're going to talk about work, so just remember this formula. 1x plus 1y is equal to 1 over z. So where x is the effort or the work or the effort, the time done by the first person, and y is the time done or time allotted or time time that was needed to make or to finish the work by the second person. So this is the first person or the second person. And letter Z here is the time they will need to finish the work together. So that's the both na. Okay. So here, one here is the work. So the work here is a whole room in 6 hours. So we'll have one room over. Okay. So we'll have Kim. Kim is 1/. So how long will it take Kim to paint whole room? The whole room. So one room over 6 plus one room over 3 hours for Melvin, and is equal to 1/Z. So Z is unfinished or is undefined. So we're going to look for Z. So we have 1/6 plus 1/3 is equal to 1/Z. Now let's find the LCM. Again, getting the LCM, just use the decomposition method. So 6 divided by 6, 1 times 1 plus 6 divided by 3, 2 times 1, 2. So have equals 1/Z. So 1 plus 2 is 3/6 is equal to 1/Z. So just cross multiply, or you can cancel. You can reduce this fraction at the left side. So you will have 1/3. Oh no, 1/2. Sorry, 1/2. So you can reduce this first, the 3/6, para po hindi na po kayo mahirapan. Okay? So we have letter Z, cross multiply. 1 times Z is equal to 1 times 2, 2. So that means that they will need the 2 hours to paint the same room together. So 2 hours. The answer is letter D. Next, number 24. Stanley and Wuba leave their homes at the same time and travel toward each other. Their homes are 117 kilometers apart. How many hours will it take them to meet if Stanley is traveling at 40 kilometers per hour and Wuba at 25 kilometers per hour? So we can use diagram para po may visual input tayo. So this is the home of Stanley, while this is the home of Wuba. So, and then the distance between their houses is 117 kilometers apart. Now, si Stanley papunta doon sa right, si Wuba papunta naman doon sa left. Now, at the speed of, si Wuba is at 25, si Stanley is at 40. So, mas malaki yung hakbang ni Stanley kaysa kay Wuba. Okay? So now we're going to have, so ilang oras ang matitake ni Wuba para matitake ni Wuba at ni Stanley para mag-meet. So you will have 25x. Si X, itong X, ito yung time na kailangan niyang, ito po yung time na kailangan niya para ma-meet si Stanley. At saka, you add 40x. Kasi, undefined din po yung time na kailangan natin kay Stanley para ma-meet si Wuba. And we add their distance para ma-equate siya sa 100, exactly 117 kilometer. Okay? So this will be our equation. So may ito na i-reason. So we have 25 plus 40x, that is 65x is equal to 117. divided by 65, divided by 65. So you will have x is equal to 8 hours or time. Okay, hours, 1.8 hours. So we'll have 1.8. Do we have 1.8 here? Oh, so what is 0.8 of what is 0.8 hour? How many minutes is 0.8? So since we have 60 minutes for hour, and then we have 0.8. So just multiply 0 tapos 48. So cancel the how many decimal point. So we have 48 minutes. So 1 hour and 48 minutes. That's letter C. Next, number problems, number 25. Jake ran around a rectangular field whose length is 20 meters and whose width is 15 meters. So, rectangular. So, mag-draw, dayon ka. Rectangular. This is 15 and this is 20. If he ran around 4 times, how far did he run? So, what you're going to look at is he ran around. So, meaning he ran around this rectangular field. So, dito siya nag-run. Yan. Ayan, dyan sa perimeter, sa edges. So, sa edges siya nag-run around. So, you're going to look for the perimeter. How are you going to look for the perimeter? Or how are you going to find the perimeter of a rectangular? So, what is perimeter? It is the sum of all sides of a certain polygon. So, you just add 20, tapos may isang 20 din dito, tapos may 15. So, meaning, dalawang 15, dalawang 20. Dalawang width, 2 width, plus 2 length. Dalawang length. 2 length. So, that is how you get the perimeter. So, we have 2 times 15 plus 30 plus 40. And we have 70. So we have 70 meters as its perimeter. And since we're looking for the distance he ran after running around 4 times, so you just multiply 70 times 40 para makuha natin kung ilang layo yung na-run niya. So 70 times 4, that is 280. Sir, A. Letter A. Okay? Next, number 26. Determine the pattern and find the next term. So, kapag may mga letters, automatic, you just write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. 10 letters. So, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So you do the letter J. Stop ka sa J. J is the 10th letter. Okay, pasensya na po. J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So, dapat 6 lang yung letters na nasa ikatlong level kasi 26, we only have 26 letters in our English alphabet. So, we have A to C. A, tapos alternate to C. Skip ka ng first, tapos may 2. Next, D for F. Oh, this is a little easy. G, 6I. Okay. J, 8L. So meaning you skip one letter and you use the multiples of 2. So we have M, 10O. So that should be P12R. P12R, that's letter D. Okay, now let's go to the general information. So for our general information, we have the 4 concepts or the 4 topics that we have to study. We have the Philippine Constitution, the 1987 Philippine Constitution, the RA 6713, the Philippine, the human rights and the environmental management and protection. So we have the ethics and public accountability. This is under the RA 6713, current events, political, social issues, and economic issues. So wala dito yung human rights. Human rights. Okay. Also under the our Philippine Constitution. So we will tackle that. So I'm just going to provide you some sample questions. Okay, we have number 27. Who has the power to initiate impeachment proceedings against high-ranking officials? Who has the power to initiate impeachment proceedings? A, the President. B, the Senate. C, the House of Representatives. D, the Supreme Court. So high-ranking officials. So we have the House of Representatives. Ano ba yung the President? President is one of the officials that can be impeached. Initiating or the House of Representatives, any one of the House of Representatives can initiate impeachment proceedings, and it will be the Senate. The Senate is the upper house, or it will also serve as the impeachment court. So dito po i-convict upper house. Tapos the House of Representatives is the lower house. Because our government is a bicameral system. It has a bicameralism system. Okay, now the Supreme Court, it is the house of the judicial power. It is where the judicial power of our government is exercised. The president is the executive power. It is the executive. Saan niyo kung sinuwatan oy? Executive power. So currently, our beloved Vice President Sara Duterte, Vice President, yes, that's correct. I thought I said President. Executive power is facing a lot of allegations, and that could be a ground for impeachment. But there are a lot of rumors, or there are a lot of parties, no, mga conflicts, and it's really very tiring, not just to those people but also to the citizens of the Philippines. So sa mga nangyayari po, pinaka naapektuhan po tayong mga normal, mga ordinaryong Pilipino sa mga away ng mga oligarkiya ng ating bansa. So I hope alam niyo po kung paano po ang mangyayari. So you're just going to see the House of Representatives. So the initiation of impeachment proceeding, it will start at the House of Representatives, and if approved by 1/3 of the Congress, I mean of the House of Representatives, it will be given to, or it will be proceeded to the Senate, which will serve as the impeachment court. So yes, next we have the upper house and the lower house. Next, which branch of government has the power to review and interpret laws, including the Constitution? Which branch of government has the power to review and interpret laws, including the Constitution? We have A, executive, B, legislative, C, judicial, D, constitutional commissions. Okay, that's correct, Ma'am Orsal. The answer is judicial. Judicial power. Ito po yung regional trial court, the Supreme Court. So sila po yung dun po sila po yung mag-i-interpret sa ating mga constitution, sa ating mga laws, okay? So executive, they execute, they enforce laws, or they also veto legislative bills. So that is the president. So what do you mean by veto legislative bills? So that means that the president can decline or can reject a bill before it becomes a law. So para hindi po siya magiging law, i-veto po ng president. So but ano po yung checks and balances niya? Kapag mag-veto po si president, ibalik yan sa legislative. At kapag mabalik sa legislative, tapos ma-approve ng senators, ng Senate, ng two-third ng Senate, then it can become a law even if it's being vetoed by the president. Okay? Now, for legislative, they propose, enact laws, impeach public officials, declare war. So these are their duties. So they propose, they enact laws or bills. They propose bills before it becomes a law. So that's bill first. Okay. Now they can also impeach public officials. Just like what I've said. So legislative, which is a system of bicameralism. So the initiation is in the House of Representative. But House of Representative is part of legislative. That's why we have impeach public officials and declare war. Congress. The Congress. So most of the time, Congress po yung ginagamit na term. Congress can declare war. Okay? Congress is or has the right to declare war. Now, for judicial, so they were the one to review, interpret laws, including the Constitution. Well, the constitutional commissions, it is where the CSE, the COMELEC, and the COA is under. So they are different, and they are also different agencies or different commissions other than the three branches of our government. So these executive, legislative, and judicial, they are the three branches of our government. Okay, now so the constitutional commission, so they are the ones who are going to who has the commissions, who has the power to manage these three branches of government. So they should be untouchable by these three branches of government. Wala pong supervision yung three branches of the government sa constitutional commissions. Okay? So CSC for the public officials, COMELEC is of course the election. For COA, it is they serve as the watchdog. So sila po yung nagbabantay sa ating gobyerno kung paano nila minamanage, paano nila ginagasta, ini-spend po yung public funds natin. Next, we have number 29. Which part of the Constitution contains the fundamental principles and policies that guide the government's actions? A, Declaration of Principles and Policies. B, Article 4. C, Bill of Rights. D, Article 5. Which part of the Constitution contains the fundamental principles and policies that guide the government's actions? Okay, the answer is Okay, which part? Ayan. Reader's view tayo. Ayan. Which part? So, saan po ba yun? Letter A, Ma'am Arcel. That's correct. Declaration of Principles and Policies. Ano po ba yung Article 4? Article 4 is the citizenship. Bill of Rights is under Article 3. Article 5 is the suffrage. Suffrage or the power to vote. Article 2, Article 3. Sa Article 4, we have the three ways to become a citizen of the Philippines. We have the naturalization by law. So may mga dapat na requirements ka to meet, para to submit para po magiging citizen ka ng ating bansa. So even if you're a foreigner, so you can apply for naturalization if you can meet the requirements set by our law. Jus solis means that you will be or you are a citizen of the Philippines by birth of place. Kung pinanganak ka dito sa Pilipinas, you will be a citizen or you are a citizen of the Philippines. For sa jus sanguinis naman, jus sanguinis from the word sanguine, sanguine, that means blood. So you are Filipino by blood. For example, if you were born in outside the country, in France, in Germany, in New Zealand, but you are Filipino blood, then you are a citizen of the Philippines. So those three are the ways of being a citizen in the Philippines. So suffrage is the power to vote. Suffrage, Article 5. What is Article 1? National territory. Article 2, Declaration of Principles and Policies. Article 3, Bill of Rights. Article 4, Citizenship. Article 5, Suffrage. Article 6, Legislative Department. So kung saan yung mga senators natin. Article 7, the Executive Department. Article 9, our Judicial Department. Article 10 is... Article 10... Was it the CONCOM, Constitutional Commission? I forgot, but I was only able to memorize until Article 8. So if you can memorize all the 18 articles or 18 articles in our Philippine Constitution, then that's great. That's good. Para po alam niyo po kung saan po na bibelong yung mga terms na ginagamit sa general information. Next, number 30. Public officials and employees shall provide service to everyone without unfair discrimination regardless of party affiliation or preference. A. Justness and sincerity. B. Political neutrality. C. Responsiveness to the public. D. Commitment to public interest. E. Professionalism. So there is justness and sincerity. So there is two possible answers. We have responsiveness to the public, since you're going to provide service to everyone. But because of these clue words, without unfair discrimination and regardless of party affiliation. For example, kontrapartido kayo during election, tapos yung nanalo is yung kontra mo. So yung nanalo, hindi kanya i-approve yung gusto mong certificate, or kailangang i-approve na dapat muagi, dapat mag-go through sa kanya. So he or she will get a grudge, grudge to you kasi kontra kayo. So that is not correct. So it should be Ma'am Carrie, that's correct. Letter B, political neutrality. Dapat neutral ka lang kahit kontra kayo. Okay? So for example, my president is not your president and my president won. So when if I am in the government service, I will reject you and I will tell the president, oh, don't approve that, ma'am or sir, because he or she is not a fan of yours. Okay, so it's not correct. So you should be neutral if you are in the government. So kahit sino pa, kahit kontra kayo, you have to serve. Okay, you have to serve without unfair discrimination. That's letter B. So ano po ba yung justness and sincerity? No discrimination. No discrimination. Like for example, the race, like for example, Aita, 'di ba? Or mga tribes natin, or mga maitim or mga pangit, from our standard for societal standards. So ayaw mo silang iserve. Uy, mga pobre, no? O, ay, ayaw kong mag-serve niyan. Gusto ko yung mga mayayaman, magaganda, mga mababango. So that is not correct. So that also falls under justness and sincerity. So dapat no discrimination. Next is political neutrality from the, okay, ito po yung mga clues na hahanapin niyo po sa items para po you know what to answer. Kapag no discrimination, that's justness and sincerity. Pag party affiliation, that's political neutrality. Responsiveness to the public, that's service to the public. Okay? That's very, very minimal lang po yung gap ng mga words, mga terms na to, but you have to learn, no? Service to the public. Next, commitment to public interest, uphold public interest over and above personal interest. Dapat unahin yung kailangan, mga pangangailangan ng ating ng publiko before yung pangangailangan mo. Okay? So if you are a government employee, you are a public servant. If we are a public servant, tayo po ang nagsiserve sa publiko. So, dapat tayo, mga ordinaryong Pilipino, huwag po tayong mahiya, huwag po tayong kabahan, huwag po tayong matakot, humingi ng tulong sa gobyerno, humingi ng assistance, humingi ng ating mga rights. Kasi tayo ang sumisweldo sa kanila. Tayo ang kanilang sinisilbisyuhan. Hindi yung baliktad na paniniwala natin. Okay? Next, professionalism. It should talk about the excellence, the knowledge, the talent, your skills as a public servant. So, professionalism. So, this is under the RA 6713 or the Code of Ethics ng government, employee ng public, of employees. Public employees. Okay, next. We have 31. Any person who owns directly or indirectly shares of stock sufficient to elect a director of a corporation is called. So this is under still RA 6713. Any person who owns directly or indirectly shares of stock sufficient to elect a director of a corporation is called A, a substantial stockholder, conflict of interest, gift, divestment, e-loan. So these are the definition of terms found in our RA 6713. If you have read that, so I suggest you read the general information, all these articles, all these topics that we need to discuss. So you read that, the Philippine Constitution. Sa Philippine Constitution, at least yung mga articles, alam niyo po. Okay? From the preamble to the last article. So we also have the RA 6713, you read that. The human rights, peace and human rights, you read that. And also the environmental management and protection. So the answer here is letter A, a substantial stockholder. Oy, wrong ni ha? I'm sorry. Substantial stockholder. This is a substantial stockholder. Oh, wala na ako na edit. Sorry. Okay. So it is, or he is called a substantial stockholder. So what is these other definition of terms? So we have conflict of interest. His rights or duties therein. So meaning, so yung public servant daw is a member of the board, a director, or an employee, or as something, a person that has obligations in a private corporation, and that his rights or duties therein in that private corporation may be opposed to or affected by the faithful performance of official duty, then that is conflict of interest. Okay? Conflict of interest. Divestment, transfer of title or disposal of interest. That's the clue words. Kapag may transfer, may disposal, that is divestment. Gift. Gift refers to a thing or a right to dispose of gratuitously or any act of liberality in favor of another who accepts it. Okay, that's the gift. Gift. So kapag may kapalit, that's gift. Loan and comodatum. Okay, loan comodatum. It's like it's like something that you owe. Okay, so number 32. Which law in the Philippines aims to achieve and maintain clean air quality while minimizing impacts on the common economy? So this is under the Environmental Management Protection. So we have ARA 8749, BRA 9275, CRA 9003, DPD 1586. PD is, that means Presidential Decree, while RA means Republic Act. So what act or what law in the Philippines that maintains or that ensures that there our living, our lifestyle is satisfying the different some different factors and different considerations to maintain the clean air or to prevent the air pollution or maybe not reduce. Okay, that is letter A, 8749. So what are these laws? So Philippine Clean Air Act, that is RA 8749. It maintains or it aims to achieve and maintain clean air quality while minimizing impacts on the economy. While this one, Philippine Clean Water Act, it ensures that the water in our in the state, in the nation, in the Philippines is properly used, properly ano ba, yung dapat malinis yung mga ilog, yung mga water forms natin, yung mga baybayin. So sila po yung nag-manage niyan. Next is ecological solid waste, yung mga tamang pagtapon ng ating basura, saan itatapon, yun, nandyan po sa ecological solid waste or the RA 9003. So we have the Presidential Decree 1586, or it's also called Environmental Impact Statement. So they are the one ensuring, so they are the planning and the managing system of our environment, na sila po yung nag-i-ensure na lahat ng mga tao, lahat ng mga establishmento, yung mga gustong magtayo ng mga proyekto, so they have this list of requirements na kailangang i-check mo before you will be able to get that permission, which is the ECC. Ano ba yung ECC? Yan, Environmental Compliance Certificate. So dapat may ECC ka before you will be able to continue to pursue your project. So ano ba yung mga project na kailangan ng ECC? Sila po yung environmentally critical project. Okay? So yung mga project na maaring makasira sa ating kalikasan, or those projects that will be happening in an environmentally critical area. Okay? So you need ECC. Hi, Ma'am Liana. No, this is not a replay. This is live po. Live po tayo from Midillian, Cebu. Okay? So we have next. Which of the following is not a characteristic of hazardous waste? So this is under PD 6969, not PD, I think it's RA, Republic Act 6969. It talks about the toxic, hazardous, and waste, mga waste, okay? Kung paano and how are they going to be disposed. So, ano po ba ang mga characteristic ng hazardous waste? We have A, toxicity, B, ignitability, C, corrosivity, D, radioactivity. Okay, the answer here is Radioactivity. Hala. Sige nako. Nasaan ako na-edit? Pasensya na po. The answer here is radioactivity. Radioactivity. Bakit? Ano ba yung mga characteristic ng hazardous waste? All these three, toxicity, ignitability, corrosivity, and also the reactivity is the characteristic of hazardous waste. While this radioactivity, it is a characteristic of a nuclear waste. Nuclear waste. So ano po ba ang mga ito? Okay, let's explain all these in the next slide. So these are the characteristics of a hazardous waste. So we have toxicity or poisonous, ignitability, can create fire under certain conditions, corrosivity, acidic, reactivity, violent change under conditions. Conditions like, for example, when it is under pressure, under heat, or when it is being with like kapag may tubig, pwede siyang mag-react. So that is reactivity. So these characteristics should be checked. These waste should be checked with these characteristics para po hindi po siya ma-dispose ng pabayang pag-disposal. So may dapat na disposal po sa mga hazardous waste para po hindi po siya makaka-damage sa ating lupa. Okay? So this is under RA 6969 or the Toxic Substances, Hazardous and Nuclear Waste Control Act. So radioactivity is a characteristic of a nuclear waste. So next, of course, the last one, we have the clerical ability for sub-professional level. We have the filing and organizing, alphabetical and numerical arrangement, coding and decoding, basic office skills. Familiarity with tasks like proofreading and documentation. So we have the alphabetizing, 34. When placed in a directory, the name Nelria Gilicopit could be found inside blank. A. Lapus Tolitodo, B. Levan Tulima, C. Limpiado Tulubigas, D. Lunggakit Tuluangko, E. Lumaban Tulubangko. Okay, so in libraries, in hospitals, in other public office, we have these directory, no? Para mas madali pong mahanap yung mga taong hahanapin natin. Okay? So, yung mga files ng mga tao, ng mga kliyente natin, ng mga publiko. Okay? So, what is the answer? The answer here, it should be letter B, Levan Tolima. While Likopit, L-I-C, is before L-I-M. So, that means it is included in Levan Tolima. Levan Tolima. While Limpiado, L-I-M, so that means that it's already outside of this range. Next, basic computer literacy. If you want to create a presentation for a company meeting, which program should you use? A. MS Word, B. MS PowerPoint, C. MS Outlook, D. MS Excel. The answer is, of course, it's a presentation, so it is a PowerPoint. Next, which of the following is not a usual document used in a sales company? Of course, it's the Form 137. What is Form 137? Form 137 is an academic record used in the school setting. Okay? So delivery, sales invoice, purchase order, that can be used in, or those are documents used in a sales company. And that's it. Thank you so much for being with me until the end of our discussion. Yes, Arcel, Ma'am Arcel, those are the grades. It is Form 127. It is the summary of grades. Your grades from the lower level until your latest level. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have fun and you have learned a lot of things in our discussion for today. I hope you have mastered those concepts already as of now. So kung wala pa, so I hope my discussion is helpful to your learning, to your um, taking the exam, the actual exam this March 2025. So,